What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into TTP Sports. And the Phillies, they win game 2 of this series with the San Diego Padres, so technically they win the series, and they have a chance to sweep tomorrow. But honestly, probably no one's going to be paying attention to the Phillies tomorrow because of the Sixers game 4 with the Knicks. So I find it very important that they did win this series, so I can, put little focus on game 3 and focus more on the Sixers. So at least that's more beneficial for that instance. But yeah, Ranger Suarez dominant once again. Sadly, his scoreless streak did end in that 8th inning, allowing a home run, but still he was absolutely fantastic. 8 innings, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, only that 1 earned run on 96 pitches. His ERA is down to 1.32. And another story, Alec Bohm is becoming an absolute stud. This dude just continues and continues to rake and drive in RBI. 2-run shot in the first inning, and then also a cushion, but with a 2-run single to add on to the Phillies' lead, which was very huge in my honest opinion because I didn't think 2-0 would have been enough against the Padres, so thankfully they put a 5 spot on the board, and then Rangers just did his thing, and then Hoffman struck out the side in the bottom of the 9th inning, so that was always fun and dandy there. And what else? Trey Turner was really good today. He had 3 hits on the board. Marsh got a hit, Castellanos got a hit, Whit Merrifield got a hit at the bottom of the lineup. So overall, yeah, cannot complain whatsoever once again about this Phillies performance. I believe they won 10 of their last 12 games. They got 18 wins on the season. They're 8 games above 500, and this pitching staff continues to be absolutely dominant. But now we will see what happens when Taijuan Walker makes his season debut tomorrow. Thankfully, Aaron Nola and Ranger Suarez went 8 innings in both of these games, so the bullpen's going to be much rested for tomorrow because I do not expect Taijuan Walker to go deep in the game at all. I just don't expect it whatsoever. That's why I'm more happy that they won this series already, because I have very low expectations for Taijuan Walker on the mound. So thankfully you won this series. Thankfully. And that's basically the bottom line there. And if you go through this entire game, Alec Bohm with 2 outs. Trey Turner gets the 1-out single, and then Alec Bohm comes up first pitch hacking and absolutely murders the ball, hits it out of the ballpark. 2-0 Phillies there. Ranger Suarez does his thing, and then the Phillies add on to their lead in the top of the 5th. All with 2 outs, by the way. Whit Merrifield reaches in on an infield single. Kyle Schwarber walks. Trey Turner reaches in on an infield single with bases loaded. Bryce Harper walks with the bases loaded, so good at bat there. And then Alec Bohm with the 2-run single to make it 5-0. Alec Bohm, like I said, just continues to get hits and continues to be clutch with runners in scoring position every single game at this point. It is freaking unbelievable how dominant he has been. And then Ranger Suarez just crazy in this game. Only 3 hits allowed. Didn't walk a single batter. Some great defense as well. Great defense from Alec Bohm. Great defense from Trey Turner. Whit Merrifield, surprisingly, in left field. Nick Castellanos made a fantastic catch in this game. Bryson Stott playing some good defense over at second. So overall, Phillies played spectacularly defensively for Ranger Suarez tonight, and that was also a huge reason why he was so dominant as well, let alone for, how just good he was pitching-wise. The defense really helped him out at the same time, so can't ask for much more. You got timely hits, Alec Bohm was a beast, you played good defense, and you got fantastic starting pitching. Can't ask for much more there, and that is a result in a series win for your fighting Phils. Chance to sweep tomorrow. Sadly, I don't expect it with Taijuan Walker, so the offense is going to have to continue to do what it's been doing. And you'll be going into the Angels series before you know it, Monday through Wednesday, so more Phillies after dark from there before you have a 4-game series against the San Francisco Giants, I believe, but you do have a day off in between that. So it's one of those weird 4-game series from a Friday to a Monday, so it's one of those weird things that are on the schedule, but you got to find a way to play the games when you do. Can't really complain about that. Thankfully, they at least have a day off in between those, because I do believe this team needs a day off eventually. Looking at the lineup overall, Kyle Schwarber 0 for 4, with a walk and 4 strikeouts, so not a best night there for Mr. Schwarber. Trey Turner 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Bryce Harper over 3 with an RBI and a walk. The bases loaded walk in there. Alec Bohm 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs with the 2-run shot in the first inning. JT over 4. Brandon Marsh 1 for 3 with an RB, with a walk, and Nick Castellanos 1 for 4. Bryson Stott over 4, and Whit Merrifield 1 for 4. Pitching wise, just absolutely fantastic. We read those stats earlier. Dylan Cease, the Phillies did get to him. The Phillies did get to him, which was important. He went 6 innings, allowed those 5 earned runs, walked 3 batters, 5 strikeouts, 91 pitches for him, and then the Padres used the bullpen for the rest of the game, basically. And he absolutely diced up the Phillies lineup. He only allowed 2 hits in 3 innings and 5 strikeouts. So, yeah, Phillies got the Dylan Cease, who has been one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball to start the season. And yeah, Ranger Suarez continues to be one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball to start the season. As his fantastic month of April comes to a close, I wonder if he'll be considered pitcher of the month. I have no idea. Like, what does he lead the league in ERA? I'm not entirely sure. I gotta see stats, just see player stats. Pitching leaders, I'm assuming that's wins, pitching leaders. Earned run average in terms of starting pitching. No, that is Reynaldo Lopez of the Atlanta Braves currently. He has a .72 ERA in 4 starts. Shota Umanga has a .9 ERA for the Cubs. He's been fantastic. Jose Barrios is a 1.23. And then Ranger Suarez and Spencer Turnbull are both 4th and 5th in the league in ERA. Ranger with a 1.32 and Turnbull with a 1.33. So pitching has been fairly dominant this year. That is surprising, in my honest opinion. That is very, very, very surprising. Ranger Suarez might have the edge in front of those guys because he's pitched more innings. Lopez has only pitched 25 innings in 4 games. Manga's only pitched 27 innings. Jose Barrios has pitched 36. Ranger Suarez has pitched 41, and then Spencer Turnbull's only pitched 27 innings. So Ranger might have the break there, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out there. In terms of batting, where does Alec Bohm rank in a lot of things here? I know his WAR has been up there, if I'm not mistaken. Where is Alec Bohm's WAR at? I believe I saw something in his WAR, unless I'm wrong. Unless I am very wrong, and he's just, okay, let me just go to batting average. So Alec Bohm is 4th in the league in batting average. How many RBIs does he have in terms of the league? Alec Bohm's 3rd in the league in terms of RBI. He has 26 RBI on the year, behind Salvador Perez and Marcell Ozuna of the Braves. Interesting. Very interesting. So hopefully Alec Bohm keeps up. His OPS is over 1,000, 1030 there. His on base percentage is 434, and his slugging is 596. He has an exact 1 WAR in this game in this season. So Alec Bohm continuing to improve. I like it. He just keeps barreling the ball up, continuously barreling the ball up. I want to see his Baseball Savant page just to see like how good he's actually been, because Baseball Savant can really show you if like what he is doing is sustainable or just like how great he has been. So let's see. He's in the Reds everywhere, man. Jesus Christ, he's in the Reds. Really, the only thing that's not in the Reds is his hard hit percentage, his barrel, and his average exit velocity. His expected on base average and his expected batting average is fantastic. His expected slugging is in the red. His walk rate is really good. His strikeout rate is really good. His whiff is really good, actually. His chase is solid. His sweet spot is solid. Yeah, he's just been very good. Very good overall. I wonder what his fielding is like. His fielding's average. His fielding is very, 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 very average. I just want to see what it lines up to the past couple of seasons with him. Yeah, he's just been fantastic all over the board. That's very nice to see. I want to see Rangers Baseball Savant. Let's see what he does. See what he has there. Everything is in the red for Ranger. Amazing. Pitching run value, fastball run value, off-speed run value, expected ERA is fantastic. His expected ERA is a little bit higher than his actual ERA, but it's still below 2. His expected batting average is really good. Average exit velocity is very good. His chase percentage is fantastic. His walk percentage is fantastic. He's missing a lot of barrels. He's not getting a lot of hard hit against. Ground ball percentage is fantastic as well. Does it show his fielding? I don't think it shows his fielding, if I'm not mistaken. I want to see. Let's see. That was 28, so that's just going throughout the entire years. Jesus Christ. What was it like in 2023 for him? He was in a lot of the Blues, but he is off to a fantastic start this year. Honestly, I want to see a lot of the Phillies to start this season. So let's see where Wheeler is. in the baseball savant. I want to see. I know you guys can't. Oh my God, Wheeler's in the red everywhere. That's fantastic. And for people that don't know this, if you look at baseball savant, if you're in the red, that means you're doing really good. If you're in the blue, that means you're doing really bad. And so far, the first 3 Phillies that I've looked up have all been in the red. Basically, let's look at Aaron Nola, see where he's at in terms of baseball savant. He's kind of mixed. His extensions, his best thing. His fastball is his best thing. His chase rate's solid, but expected ERA. So basically so far, not the really best. But let's see some other Phillies batters. Trey Turner. Let's see what he's doing so far this year. Solid, very good. Sprint speed obviously is going to be top tier. Most of his things are in the red, which is really good in that aspect. What other Philly? I want to see Brandon Marsh. See how he's been doing in terms of everything. Everything's in the red for him. Fantastic. Fantastic. His walk and strikeout rate could be a lot better. But his expected batting average, slugging, exit velocity, hard hit barrel, everything is really good. It's really good there. So yeah, let's see Johan Rojas. I know he's probably not, his fielding stuff is probably elite in the category here of baseball savant, unless his thing is just not registered. Oh yeah, his fielding is elite. His sprint is top tier. He actually hasn't struck out a lot this year. His strikeout numbers are actually really good. But yeah, his hitting stats aren't the best. Obviously, he was gonna be in the blue. I'm not sure why I looked up Johan Rojas, but yeah, that's really where not much happened in this game, and that's where I go to. But yeah, some fantastic stuff from your fighting Phils. And if we look, like I said, if we look at tomorrow's game, it's going to be Taijuan Walker on the mound. Not much expectations for that game just because he's making his season debut, and I really don't have that many big of expectations for Taijuan Walker to be successful. If I'm being a little too harsh, I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel about Taijuan Walker. I don't agree with him getting back into the starting rotation. I just don't think he's earned it, in my honest opinion. And he's going up against Michael King, who is 2-2 with a 4.11 ERA. So in his past couple of starts, his past 3 starts, he has given up 9 earned runs. He dominated against the Milwaukee Brewers, 10 strikeouts and only 1 earned run in 7 2/3 innings. Against the Colorado Rockies, he struggled. 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 6 runs allowed. Yeah, he's been very up and down in his starts. A bad start, a good start, a bad start, a good start, a bad start. So is he due for a good start? We'll see. We'll see. And then you go up against the Los Angeles Angels from Monday to Wednesday before your off day. Christopher Sanchez going up against Griffin Canning, 1-3 with a 7.50 ERA, so the Phillies should be doing damage there. Zack Wheeler will be pitching on Tuesday against Chase Anderson. No, Tyler Anderson. Chase Anderson. Jesus Christ. Tyler Anderson, he's 2-3 with a 1.78 ERA, so he's been very solid. Aaron Nola, then he'll be going up against Patrick Sandoval. He is 1-4 with a 6.33 ERA, so the Phillies will be seeing 2 lefties in that series against the Angels before they have the off day on Thursday, and then they're back at home for 6 straight games, 4 against San Francisco, and then 2 against the Toronto Blue Jays before they go on the road for 5 games. So if we're looking at the entire schedule of May, they got 4 games against San Francisco, like I said, Friday to a Monday. That's a very weird 4-game series, but, got to deal with it. And they're playing a 4:05 game on Monday. That is strange. That is strange. 2 games against Toronto, and then they go on the road, 3 games against Miami, and then they play a home-and-home series with the New York Mets. 2 games on the road, and then 2 games at home against New York. So I believe with the way that's lined up, it's probably, so technically it's a 4-game series against the Mets. 2 of them are at home, 2 of them are on the road. And I guess one of those games, or 2 of those games, the one, I'm explaining this very terribly, but since they're playing in London, the Mets and the Phillies are, it looks like they, from these 2 specific series, they took 1 road game and took 1 home game from the Phillies against the Mets, basically. And these were the series that they took them from, if that makes sense to you guys. Then after that Mets series, they got more games at home. They got 3 games against Washington, 3 games against the reigning World Series champion Texas Rangers. Then they got another West Coast road trip, which would be 3 against the Colorado Rockies, and then 3 against the San Francisco Giants. So more Phillies after dark in that situation. And then they're back home for a few games here. They got a 6-game homestand, 3 against St. Louis, and then 3 against Milwaukee. And then they got 2 days off after that Milwaukee series because that's when they go to London to play the Mets. So, interesting. That'll be a 1 p.m. game on the Saturday. Then Sunday's game is at 10 a.m. Jesus Christ. Then they'll be on the road after that series in London against the Mets. They play against Boston and then against Baltimore. And then they're back. I don't know why I'm going this far down the schedule. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm rambling. Don't mind me. I'm rambling. So I can cut myself from rambling. We're gonna go to the Anytime Hotline. We're gonna go to the Anytime Hotline here. Sean, shut me up.
Ranger Suarez, nothing more needs to be said. Find me a better pitcher right now in all of baseball, because what this guy is doing is pretty damn amazing. And I've said it before, you know, he's the old school pitcher. I mean, which is refreshing for me to see. I mean, a guy that commands the strike zone, works quick, can add a little, take a little off, change speeds, screw with hitters' timing. And for a guy that's not really a hard thrower, very entertaining to watch.
I agree.
I mean, even just watching him field his position, he's just so nonchalant and so cool and relaxed. I mean, again, very, very entertaining. Alec Bohm, hot as hell, good series win. We don't know what the hell Taijuan Walker is bringing to the table tomorrow, so it was important to get this one.
I agree.
If nothing else, you win the series. But again, Ranger Suarez, man, another unbelievable performance, and another unbelievable performance by the starting staff as a whole.
Yeah. Phillies' starting rotation, man, it's one of the best in baseball. It's got to be. If I'm looking at, team stats and like team ERA, I got to see all the team stats here. So if I got a team pitching, I wish I could filter it with starting pitching. So this is probably on ESPN. They're probably combining the bullpen and the starter ERA. So the Phillies, they have the 7th best ERA in baseball at 3.35. I'm sure some of that's a little bit escalated from the Ricardo Pinto outings. Some of the times, where I guess Jeff Hoffman, that one start that he had in St. Louis. What else? Like I said, the Pinto outings where he allows so many runs in succession. I'm just trying, there's a lot of things that are escalating. When Connor Brogdon allowed that big extra inning crap in the beginning of April. So yeah, I want to see if I go to Fangraphs, if I can just filter it out from pitching rankings. Fangraphs. There we go. That's fantasy. This is fantasy. I don't want to look at fantasy. Okay, here we go. If I can do... Okay. All pitching as a starting pitcher. Let's filter that. What do the Phillies have just as starting pitching? Okay, I want to see as a team, not just specific players. Not specific players. I just want to see team. Can I just do teams? Yeah, team stats. Here we go. Team stats. Starting pitching. In terms of team stats, filtering out the bullpen ERA. If it loads, that would be nice. Come on, Baseball Savant. Not Baseball Savant, Fangraphs. I would love for it to load. Load, please. Please load. Please load. Why are you taking so long? Oh boy, I think Google Chrome froze. Oh boy. I think Chrome froze. Oh boy. Oh boy, Chrome froze on me, boys. That is, not dandy there. That is not dandy there, so sadly I won't be able to find out that information. Sadly, that is the case. But, yeah. That'll, do it for this recap of the Phillies here. Nice series win. Not expecting much tomorrow with Taijuan Walker on the mound, so thankfully they won the series. So we'll see what happens. Tomorrow is going to be heavily Sixers focused for Game 4 against the Knicks, so stay tuned for that recap. And since the game is in the afternoon, we'll be able to do a live recap after the game, so definitely just stay tuned for that. You'll see it pop up in your subscription feed once the game ends. So yeah. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below, everyone. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Does me a great deal of service. And also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Do not pass it up. Thanks once again, everyone, for joining. I'll see you next time.